Good morning, everybody. My name is Nathan Shelley, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my story and my journey. Back in 2004, I was at a place in my life where I was working at a bar, and I wasn't really doing very many productive things. I was kind of chasing a whole lot of selfish ambitions and kind of doing whatever I felt like doing in life. And I had hit a point where my grandmother had passed away and my great aunt had passed away, and I was kind of doing some self-reflection, and I'd realized that I wasn't doing anything good in life. I wasn't really happy chasing my own ambitions. I wasn't really doing anything good at this bar that I was working at, and I needed to do something else. And so I decided to take a risk, and I decided to go out and join the Air Force. And in joining the Air Force, at first I was filled with all this kind of ambition and motivation. I was always trying to go out and be hoorah and go out and do those things. And in the military, and I had gotten caught up one day where I had fallen asleep at work. And in the military, that's hugely frowned upon. You don't fall asleep on the job. And so I'd gotten caught by my boss, and he went ahead and handcuffed me and took me up to the law enforcement desk where I had filled out paperwork, and I got processed for Article 15. And Article 15, for those of you who don't know, is this thing that the military does when it's punishment. It's not judicial punishment, but it's still punishment from your commander, and it's a big hit. And after that, I'd kind of felt like, maybe I didn't completely deserve it, and there were some circumstances that were beyond my control that contributed to it. So I came up with all these excuses on why I didn't want to accept responsibility. And this occurred way back in 2005. And so anyway, I served out the rest of my military career just kind of being a little bit mediocre. I was kind of being more of the couch potato. I was doing what's required of me, but I really wasn't trying to excel. I wasn't taking risks and being ambitious and doing those big things. In that time, I had a lot of things that were huge blessings to me. The Lord kind of led me to my wife, and I have 3 kids now, and it's been an incredible journey. But I find myself in 2020 I hadn't given my life to Christ yet, and I was just kind of still living for myself and my own selfish ambitions, and I thought to myself, I'm so smart, and I was kind of arrogant. And in 2020, there was all this stuff that was going on wrong in the world. And in military culture, it's very socially acceptable to do things like drink too much alcohol, like to use tobacco and use caffeine. And anyway, I had found myself, as I was so stressed out in 2020, I was using a whole bunch of tobacco. I was using chewing tobacco, and then I found that I wasn't able to sleep good at night. And so I found myself in this position that I was starting to drink alcohol, more and more alcohol, and I'd sleep better at night that way. And then I couldn't stay awake during the daytime. And so I found myself in a position where I was drinking more and more energy drinks. And I was kind of had this toxic mindset of not trusting in God, but trusting in myself, and then stressing out all about it. And then this combination of stuff I was putting in my body was terrible for me. And it led me to a point in October of 2020 where I had a mental breakdown. My brain had broke, and I was at a place where it was incredibly humbling, where my brain was no longer functioning right, and had a mental illness, really. And in this low place of just realizing I was incredibly broken and not doing in a bad place, I needed to do something else with my life, and I decided to give my life to Christ at that point in my life. And ever since then, it's been this huge turnaround, and I've realized the thing that's really been healing for me, and the thing that's really kind of helped me, is realizing what the Bible says is the truth. And that as I read the Bible and as I attend church, and I hear it's one way, and then I think the complete opposite. I'm thinking, I got to do this opposite thing. And I've realized to heal and to become better, I have to be humble, and I have to admit that I'm wrong and that my thought process is wrong. And as I apply these biblical concepts and these messages that we learn in church to my own life, I've realized I need to change if I want to become better, if I want to heal, and if I want to have better mental health and physical health and everything else, that I'm going to have to take and change me and change the way I think to what the Bible says. And I think I found myself in a position now where I am healed, and that I'm doing so much better now, and I want to continue taking risks. I want to continue not taking risks for all the wrong reasons, but taking risks for the right reasons, and doing things that are outside of my comfort zone. I'd like to ask that, people here join us and going out and putting door hangers up and praying for people door to door and going out and doing some of these things. And it might fall outside of your comfort zone like it falls outside of my comfort zone, but it's taking that risk to go ahead and do those things. And I'd just like to encourage you to take those risks to encourage biblical-based change in your life.